Those preview fakeouts are really starting to become a thing, huh? Look at this versus what we got in the show. People actually thought Zombie Taros was gonna be a thing. That's some masterful editing. Coming off of Taro's disappearing act, we see that the point values for Haruka and Shinichi have dropped faster than my current stock investments. Fuck. Though, having such a negative credit score can take on some bad side effects. Replacement Taro, Jiro, continues working on his gains since he's got much to prove as being the new lead of the bunch. Meanwhile, Sononi... and Sonaza start pondering how Taro could come back, albeit in a limited capacity. They feel the need to no longer underestimate their foes. However, Sonoi is not ready to give up on the bromance just yet, since he's got a slight blue pill sensation when he saw Taro last time. So Tsubasa drops in on Tsuyoshi concerning his slight encounter with Natsumi. Tsuyoshi also explains that he's got his own issues, but offers to help if Tsubasa's got any photos he's willing to share. That's when it happens. No. This scene was like the largest fake out ever. So much so that I gotta share my reaction to it from last night's stream. Oh no, what? What? Fucking filters. Gets you every time. Afterwards, Tsuyoshi's rage swells as he has issues with vehicles after hurting his MIHO. This turns him into the Car Ranger Hitotsuki, promoting traffic safety by zip-zapping those things on wheels out of the way. Getting confronted by the DonBros, he puts his Heelys to work and cuts them down. That's when Taro's replacement, I just had 3 protein shakes, Jiro, shows up. He rolled in a rock. That's too fucking funny. The scene pretty much plays out like a Pokemon battle. Afterwards, Haruka and Shinichi confront Mr. Useless regarding his lack of ability. Though, when he name drops Taro, the mood changes. See, he met Taro back when he was in high school. Confronted by bullies, Taro doesn't fight you unless you're a yellow schoolgirl named Haruka. He lets the bully smack him around until they can't smack no more. Truly, the sign of a hero. Explaining this is why he wants to be like Taro, the interaction gets cut short as Haruka collapses. The side effects from the point loss is now known. Haruka is now Hot Wheels, and Shinichi is X-Men Origins Deadpool regarding haikus. The next day, it appears that MIHO's out of the hospital and making some nutritious breakfast. But Tsuyoshi's madness ensues as he continues dishing out his own sense of street justice. When Inu Brother, Mute Pool, and Hot Wheels show up, they chase him down only to find Tsuyoshi in regular form and take them by surprise. That's when Taro replacement Jiro comes back. Knowing that it's time to shine, he finally gets his shot. And the magical slot machines agree. Coming in with the techno-Chinese rave beat, DonDragoku has arrived, showcasing off his pole-arm styled martial arts and drives Tsuyoshi away. With his new form, Jiro now gains newfound knowledge and realizations. He knows Taro died due to them failing him, so he feels, let me just kill y'all and start fresh. Since Shinichi can't make his haikus anymore, life is already over, so he submits. Right before he pulls through with it, Haruka chimes in that things could get fixed if Jiro just uses his points. But Black Kaito says no. Why? Because Jiro doesn't have any points. He's not a qualifying member. Haruka's had enough. They can just keep driving her into debt until she dies if it means bringing Taro back. Seeing this act of companionship makes Jiro change his mind. Though, unrequited love Sonoi chimes in, using abilities that never get explained. He lets them in on where Taro is and what they need to do to get to him. Sonoi needs to go in for the kill shot on a Hitotsuki and open that door. Sacrificing Tsuyoshi in the process, Jiro takes the plunge. There's another dimension in which all of the Noto's victims are housed in an eternal limbo. Jiro spots Taro and propels himself towards him, but he can't steer. Luckily, Tsuyoshi wakes up to transform and get them wings to do the business. They crash into Taro and thus returning to the real world, where Tsuyoshi reverts right back. Jiro gets his dream team up with Taro as they fight relentlessly against Tsuyoshi, with a pretty great combination attack to boot. With the gear knocked out of him, Sonoi's pants grew 3 times tighter that day. The rest of the crew minus Tsubasa show up because we've gotten the 6th member without having the 5th member get to know everyone yet, with Haruka feeling some kind of way of having Taro call them companions. So much so that she asked him to do it like 3 more times. Taro then turns holier than thou, and with the power of peaches, compels Haruka to walk right into his crotch. Don't let Sonoi see that. With this episode, we get the debut of Jiro's first suit with DonDragoku. You know what that means? It's time to talk forms. He looks like the neon sign at a Chinese restaurant. It's great. Now, I'm biased because my favorite colors happen to be red, black, and gold, and he's got a slight splash of silver, which I also rate highly, so it's fire. The neon lights add a cool glow to the costume, and the headpiece giving off that Rue Ranger from Die Ranger vibes, it's great. The scales on the shoulder armor are also cool. I mean, what's not to like with this? The whole journey of the rest style is just working in general. Will I buy the toy? Fuck no. These henshin devices suck. Rating time! Look, we're doing it again, so say it with me. This episode gets the Sononi S+ maximum thirst tier with new Funky Kong mode. This was not just any other monster of the week. This was the most build-up we've had to a Hitotsuki ever, with Tsuyoshi being the most threatening of them all. Though they managed to work it out well since they used that as the clutch of how they managed to save Taro from being dead. Some might call that a coincidence, but Taro works in mysterious ways. You really start feeling that Haruka and, by chance, Shinichi really feel that they know they messed up and really feel that connection with Taro now. Jiro, on the other hand, tries hard to be like Taro ever since that chance encounter as well. We also find out that when the Noto defeat someone, they don't exactly die, but they've taken down a good amount of people. Hell, even a schoolgirl was in there. Could all these people be freed eventually? This episode continues expanding on the lore of the show in a blink and you miss it kind of way. So think about it this way. With Jiro not just replacing Taro with another Don Momo reskin, like Haruka's replacement did for her, he actually gets a whole new look and aesthetic, which thematically doesn't vibe with the rest of the DonBros. His henshin device is not a blaster, and he doesn't even have the same gear holder as the rest of the squad. Though the line about having to execute the DonBros to make room for his own companions might be seen as a throwaway line, but I'm thinking there's more to it. And DonDragoku can serve as the head of his own set of companions that would look similar to his theme. And then of course, look, we're gonna end up getting Don Murasame afterwards, but after this episode, I'm actually leaning to it being Sonoi, and that his sword would be what would be used as the transformation device. The speculation train is rolling on this one, and I love it. What are your thoughts on DonDragoku's looks, movesets, and just how the slot machines just happened to show up for him? The way they got Taro back, and Sonoi's own thirst for Taro. Anyway, that's it for me. I will catch you all on the next one. Until then, bye.